Hey YouTube, just a quick note before you actually start watching this video. I reference a document that I decided after recording and uploading not to show. It's a Target semi-internal document. I don't want to take any chances, so when I say referencing this or talking about what's on the screen, you guys won't be able to see it, but you'll get the gist of what I'm talking about quite easily. And if you want to see it, it's on Facebook all over the place. So, all right, off to the video. What is going on, YouTube? Northeast Ohio Sports Cards here for a newsy video. It's an afternoon post slash evening. That means something must be happening. I still get a kick out of the YouTube commenter that said, when you post in the afternoon, I get scared. Anyway, here we are. YouTube stuff down below. Like, comment, sub. Just saw this floating around the Sports Card Investor Discord. Shout outs to you know who you are. And it appears Target, and there's been rumors of this circulating, but this is the first official word that I've heard, now has a hard 3-limit SKU on all NBA, NFL, and MLB trading cards. This is in effect at point of sale hard lock, which means you cannot sneak it past the self-checkout line. The actual self-checkout will stop you. So yeah, you could bring you and your 6 kids in and all have them check out with 3 possibly. You could go in and go out and come back in again and maybe work your way through. But I'll tell you, that's pretty tricky these days because they're keeping a close eye on the self-checkout lanes because of COVID, because they have to clean them every time someone leaves. So there's basically someone stationed right there. So I don't think that's going to work either. So it appears that Target has fully cracked down on the flip game. Hashtag save the children. You guys tell me, reports from the field. Are you seeing this? Is this true? Has this happened? I know a lot of stores put some soft limits in place, kind of like on their own. They've been doing different things, 1 limit to whatever. But this is official from corporate. So this isn't like some store level manager getting sick of this. I'm going to leave it up on the screen here. You guys can read through it. I'm not going to read it word for word. But it talks about, the Excel rep being responsible for stocking the shelf, accommodate them to stock before and after hours. If they feel threatened or a guest makes aggressive threats, partner with your store security leader or store security or team leader. And I think this is legit. I do buy that this is 100% legit. There has been rumblings of this for a while now, and it looks like it is officially here. There has also been rumblings that Wal-Mart is going to follow suit. There's been rumors circulating, but nothing definitive like that, like we see here for Target. So what do we think? Good, bad, indifferent. Personally, I'm a mixed bag on this one. The reason being what I found, at least locally, and once again, mileage may vary on this. So my stores in my area have had limits in place for months now, which has allowed me to get some product. So, okay, cool. That's nice. I was able to walk in midway through the stock day and grab a couple blasters of Hoops Premium when that first came out and some NFL Prism blasters when they first came out. But it's caused a secondary problem where when I was going around and I would check on an individual store if I happened to be out and about, and I haven't chased retail in a very long time. It has been made not worth the effort due to the amount of other people hunting. It's just not. I lost. The game beat me. I played the game and I lost. I won for a while and then I lost, and it's fine. So I retired. Whatever. It's no big deal. I'm not crying about it. But so now, local Target, for example, stocks on Monday morning. You walk in there, vendor usually gets there around 10 a.m. and You go in there at 9:30 a.m. The last time I looked, and this could have changed. Like I said, it's been a few months. There was a line almost 20 people deep waiting for him. So even though there's limits in place, there are so many people waiting on the vendor that it all gets bought within an hour because there's so many people lined up to catch him. I've ran into the same experience at other stores. So essentially, it just makes people line up. Yes, more people get product, but it's not like you're rolling in there after work on a Tuesday and you're going to be able to snag yourself a blaster of NFL Prism. You still need to be there basically right when he stocks. Otherwise, you're getting the scraps. I stopped by one Target that I know stocks on Monday afternoons, and I stopped by pretty late in the afternoon and everything was gone already. And this was like when NFL Prism and NBA Hoops were newer products and kind of in their prime. So the restocks were large. And I happened to be going by and I said, let me swing in here. Maybe I could snag a blaster or two to rip on the channel or whatever. And they were out of stuff already. So yeah, it solves some of the problem that, like not all one person's getting it or whatever. And even if there's a back room style deal, it will cut that out because even if, say the vendor's selling to his buddy, the buddy meets him at the back door and he unloads everything into his cart. And then the guy goes and checks out. This is going to stop that now. Now, there's ways around it. Yeah, he could go sprinkle product all over the store in various different hiding spots and have him and his friends come in throughout the week and snag it and check out with it or whatever. I'm sure people will, anything you put in place, people will figure out a workaround around it, but it does make it a lot tougher. But there is a cause and effect there. Like I said, this is not going to fix everything. I do not predict that most of you will be able to walk in after work on a Wednesday, and if that's your store's restock day, guarantee that there's product available. Does it up your chances? Probably. Well, definitely. But are you guaranteed anything? Absolutely not. Because if it's like what happened around me that's had limits in place, it just caused a different set of problems. I know talking to some employees in the store, they were a little grouchy about it because now they had 24 people lined up, camping out, basically waiting for the vendor to show up, taking up space, just kind of clogging up the aisles during a pandemic when they have to enforce social distancing and this, that, and the other thing. And now you got all these people in there that are just literally standing there waiting for the vendor to show up to get their 3 blaster boxes of whatever. And that causes its whole other host of situations. Now, some of the store, not all of them, but a couple of the stores by me took it to the next level. And I will give them props for this one. This is one of the best things that I've seen and one of the best ways I've seen this whole situation handled. They had a digital line queue. So you walked in on the stock day. So say the vendor stocks at 10, people would get there when the store opened or whatever. And you put your name on the list. They put you in a virtual line and then they text you and say, it is now your turn to come up. And what the vendor would do, they would either stock the shelf and they would leave an employee there, or in most cases, the vendor would take all the hot sports cards, put it in a big cart, and they would take it straight to customer service. They would send you a text. You would come into the building. You would go straight to customer service. If there's a little bit of a line, you'd wait in the line. It would be your turn to go up to the counter and you would pick out your 2 or 3 products from the treasure trove for whatever it is that you want to check out and then go on your merry little way. I thought that was great. When they sent you the text, you had 5 minutes to get there. So you had to stay in the general neck of the woods. Most Targets are in a plaza. You could probably bounce around a little bit, hang out at the Starbucks, whatever, but you didn't have to camp out in the line. You were kind of free to do whatever. In fact, they told you do not loiter in the store. You could shop, but do not loiter in any one particular location. So then, like I said, you get the text, 5 minutes to get your butt in there, grab what you want and go. I thought that was an extremely excellent way to handle it. Now, It doesn't help you if you're trying to go in there after work and get something and there's 30 people in there in the morning to grab everything. But it does help spread it out a little bit. It is definitely more fair than vendor puts product on the shelf. First guy there gets everything. And this is coming from someone that has I've 100% bash me in the comments all you want during Mosaic MBA this past year and Optic MBA this past year. I 100% cleared off shelves. The way I always viewed it was, if it wasn't going to be me, the person that came in right after me sure as heck was probably going to do the same thing. So, that's the world we live in. And when it was there, I grabbed it 100% for sure. Now, I opened most of mine, if that makes you guys feel any better about it, but I sold some sealed to help cover costs, but I opened a large majority of the stuff that I got, if that makes you feel better. But I do think this will help to a degree. Like I said, it does cause some other issues, but let me know. Out in the wild, are you guys seeing this officially in place? Did you run into this today or throughout the week as you're hunting? Come back, leave me a little message down below and let me know. And like I said, I will be very curious to see if Walmart follows suit. Now, in my opinion, this is part one of the problem. Part two of the problem are bots. To me, I hate the bots more than I hate the retail flippers. At least the retail flippers, like them or not, are at least putting work in. They're figuring out the schedule. They're going there to wait. They're putting time, effort, and work in. The bots really feel like cheating. It's like taking a calculator to the math test. They're just sitting there, set the bot up. And I know that the bots are complicated to run. They're expensive, whatever. I do not know the bot game at all. And I will never know the bot game. That's just not my style. The bot's eating things up. Someone checks out with 1,200 blasters or whatever. You see the stuff, the posts on Instagram or whatever with guys with huge tables full of mega boxes that they bought 500 of them off Walmart.com over the course of a week with a bot. To me, that is just as big of a problem. Same with Panini's website when stuff drops. That needs to be fixed too. So this is only part one of even attempting to solve the flip game. And there will be trickle-down effects from this. If all these places lock down, there's a lot of amateur breakers out there breaking retail that they kind of use this as the entry level point. If this kills their inventory, does that kill them off? Then what does that do? There's all these little pieces, there's all these little cogs in the machine, and you start plucking at them or breaking them, and it shifts things. It's not going to cause a collapse or anything crazy like that, but there will be these small little micro market shifts from here to there. Maybe there's less retail breakers now on every Facebook page in the world, which probably wouldn't be a terrible thing because they can't get product anymore. So then it starts to that little business, those little breakers that have, 15 to 50 loyal little customers. Maybe they go out of business because they can't get product anymore. So then those people are still going to want to break. And now they're free agents, if you will. So there could be weird little trickle down effects like that. There's always, anytime something like this happens, there's always weird unintended consequences that nobody ever sees coming. And then that spawns something new. So, but yeah, Walmart laying the smack down. Finally, people have been begging for this forever. And like I said, a lot of targets have put limits in place, but the point of sale hard lock is like a next level thing. Because that really stops you from cheating the system to a degree in person. Like I said, there's ways around it, but this should help a little bit. So just a quick one. That's all I got for you guys today. We will catch you on the next one, probably tomorrow morning. Peace.